Now, tweet in haste, repent in even greater haste. That seems to be the lesson today after the Conservative MP Michael Fabricant came in for an immediate barrage of criticism for tweeting that he might punch a female journalist in the throat. He fired off his comment about Yasmin Alibhai-Brown after she wrangled with the writer Rod Liddle on this programme last night. Well, Rod Liddle joins me now, along with the writer.
Rod Liddle was on the programme to talk about his new book, Selfish Whining Monkeys, which attacks what he calls a politically correct, faux-left metropolitan elite who he claims runs the country.
Dismiss an entire religion.
One of those in his sights, the journalist Yasmin Alibhai-Brown, took strong exception to his criticism.
I have no words to express how much I loathe you. Well, and in that, I feel quite proud that I'm able to tell you that. And we don't kill each other.
I feel warm inside, and I'd like to embrace Yasmin for it.
That was too much for the Tory MP, Michael Fabricant. He tweeted,
"I could never appear on a discussion programme with Yasmin Alibhai-Brown. I would either end up with a brain hemorrhage or by punching her in the throat."
David Cameron and Ed Miliband were not impressed.
Well, let's be clear, it's a completely unacceptable thing to say, and it's right that he apologised, and he retracted, and he apologised fully. He's now done that, but this should never have been said in the first place. It's not an acceptable thing to say.
And I don't think that has any place in our politics or frankly, in our society.
Mr. Fabricant returned to Twitter to offer this by way of an apology.
"Some people who don't know me think I actually go round punching in the throat. Not true."
But he then went on.
"If anyone believes I would seriously threaten someone with violence, I, of course, withdraw and apologise."
Later, he responded directly to Yasmin Alibhai-Brown with,
"Sorry if you actually thought I would punch you."
But he couldn't quite let it rest, adding,
"But you were utterly infuriating."
Michael Fabricant's tweets have got him into trouble before. He greeted the resignation of Maria Miller as Culture Secretary with the phrase, "about time." That helped to lose him the post of Tory party vice chairman. There was no sign of the MP in his Staffordshire seat today, though his constituents had plenty to say.
For some people, he's kind of an example, and that's not an example that you want putting forward.
It's not the sort of language, OK, if she annoyed him, so on. We've all got opinions, but don't need to use that type of thing, you know.
He probably just lets himself let his mouth run away a little bit without thinking. But he's popular here, so we're going to defend him whatever happens.
It's by no means the first time a woman in the public eye has had to deal with offensive tweets. A campaign by Caroline Criado Perez for a woman's face on a banknote led to 2 people being jailed. Tonight, there are calls for Michael Fabricant to be disciplined by his party.
A little earlier, I spoke again to Yasmin Alibhai-Brown, this time with the executive editor of the Breitbart News website, James Delingpole. I first asked him what he had to say to those who argued that he and Michael Fabricant were condoning violence against women.
I'm saying that there is a world of difference between language and action, and I find it astonishing that you girls can't see this. I really find it depressing that our country has got to this stage where you play these very, very dodgy games. You're trying to effectively destroy the career of Michael Fabricant, get him into enormous trouble for something completely harmless on Twitter. And I think what you're doing is reprehensible.
OK, for a start, last time I looked, I was a woman, not a girl. And also, there is no intent here. I'm not trying to destroy Michael Fabricant.
You are doing exactly that. You and Yasmin Alibhai-Brown. Yasmin Alibhai-Brown has the hide of a rhinoceros, and yet when the opportunity comes to have a go and play the offended little missy, this is what she's doing. I think actually, if you're in the game of being a kind of Uber troll, which is what Yasmin Alibhai-Brown is, she's built her career on annoying people intensely. You can't then start pretending to be a delicate wallflower when somebody says something mildly unflattering about you on Twitter. And the idea that you're going to turn it into a threat is just, it's beyond the pale. I think it's really dirty tactics, all right?
OK, James Delingpole, stay there. We'll come back to you. Let's bring in Yasmin Alibhai-Brown now. You're an Uber troll. You've got a hide of a rhinoceros.
Absolutely. I don't have the hide of a rhinoceros. I am extremely upset, actually, that this man, like Fabricant, like the person I was talking to yesterday, Rod Liddle, form this group, this wedge of deeply uncivilized men who think they can say anything they like, especially when it comes to women. And also, I'm not a coolie to be talked to in this way.
Seriously,
I'm not a little coolie
violence
from the empire that doesn't have a mouth, a voice, an opinion. That's what's in Fabricant's head, that I'm a little coolie out there who should know her place. I do not know my place.
It's not about your sex, it's not about your religion, and it's not about your skin colour. It's about you. You have built up a career as the most annoying person on TV, in the media. You must expect that occasionally people express their irritation with
James,
you in quite a forceful way.
James, you say it's not about skin colour. James, you say it's not about skin colour, but he did retweet a tweet saying that Yasmin Alibhai-Brown should be deported.
I don't know about that one.
Oh,
I haven't seen
you should do, shouldn't you? You should
but it wasn't specifically about you being a woman, was it?
Because
Yasmin,
my suspicion would be that you kind of stoked this one up.
Of course, I asked for it, did I?
About you wanting to be given a bounty or something by him, or wanting to be an ayah. This is just you playing the race card.
So I asked for it, did I? I asked for it.
And entirely characteristic of you as well.
Typical male attitude.
Let me ask you this, though. You have in the past written that working-class white men provoked race riots through the 50s and 60s. You've joked in the past that it'd be great if you lot, white middle-class men in that instance, just went away. Have you not also indulged in the kind of abuse that you're now criticising Michael Fabricant for?
I've never, ever in my life been violent in words towards anybody. I have not. And if Diane Abbott had tweeted what this man tweeted yesterday, or if a Muslim had tweeted, because some Muslims don't like what I say, if a Muslim had tweeted what Fabricant tweeted yesterday, what would be the reaction?
Well, OK, he's apologised.
He's not apologised.
OK,
he's not apologised.
He has given a full
I do not
apology.
accept he's apologised.
Well, what more would you like to happen to him? Should he, for example, have the whip taken away?
I would like to see a proper apology from him, not one extracted out of him reluctantly. And yes, I would want the Tory party to think again. What kind of a man here have they backed, and why is he not being asked to be more careful as an MP? He's an MP. He probably has a lot of people who are like me, you know, who voted for him or at least are in his constituency. There has to be more than just this weaselly little non-apology.
And the whip taken away?
I would.
James
Or his testicles, even. That's what she really wants, isn't it? On a plate, on a silver platter, she wants his testicles. I think that Michael Fabricant adds to the gaiety of the nation. If only more MPs were as colourful and entertaining as he is. I think Yasmin is making a lot of fuss about nothing, and the idea that this attack is in any way racist or misogynistic is a nonsense. It's about Yasmin Alibhai-Brown, the most annoying woman on the planet.
Yasmin Alibhai-Brown, James Delingpole, thank you very much.
That's me told.
Yes.